Start on the first. This is the dynamic, perhaps pre-run or a nice little flow to create, the aim here is to create mobility through the spine, mobility in the hips, and a little bit of space in the body. We'll start on our back, so go ahead and lie down. As you lie down though, join the soles of the feet together and let the knees fall wide. And if the heels are closer to the hips, you will feel more sensation, further away, less sensation. So kind of customize a little as you lay down. Rest the hands wherever it feels comfortable. Might be on the belly, or one hand on the belly, one on the heart. Close the eyes for a moment, just let the dust settle. We're going to start with 3 breaths here together. So let's take a deep inhale, fill up the belly and fill up the chest. Open the mouth and exhale. 2 more like that. Feel it in the belly, breathe in. Feel it in the chest. Open the mouth, whole body breathes out. Last time together, inhale. Open the mouth, whole body exhales. And then bring the hands outside of the knees and gently gather the knees into center. Step the feet wide, let the knees knock in. Nice. And then you could take the arms wide, you could turn the palms to face down, and just a little windshield wipe the knees side to side. So this will help create a little mobility in the hip joint. So the head of the femur is moving in the cup of the hip, the acetabulum, and this is a great one for mobility in the hip, also just to create this fluidity in the hip joint. So think happy, healthy hip. You might feel a little spine twist as well as you drop the knees, and you might even get the knees a little closer each time, closer to the ground. And then the next time, once you're balanced and you come back through center, I'll ask you to just bring the knees into the chest, give yourself a little squeeze. Let's catch an early happy baby. So you could take the ankles, you could take the feet with the hands and just kind of wobble a little. You might straighten one leg off and feel the hamstring open, and perhaps the opposite leg. Just think waking the body up, feeling space. And as you draw the knees towards the armpits, kind of feel like the lower spine's lengthening down. So can you keep the sacrum lengthening towards the mat? So then you hug the knees and just rocking up and down the spine a couple of times. Land in the sitting posture. Now, so in the sitting posture, go ahead and take the fingers wide. Reach both arms to the sky. Take a breath in. Nice. Hands go wide on the breath out. Nice. This time it's just the right arm. So reach up, go over on the breath in. And then bend the right elbow, catch behind the head as you breathe out. Take a little breath to lean back, feel the chest open. And then we're going to curl in right elbow towards the left arm on the exhale. Feel the back. So a few more like that as you inhale, kind of lean back, open the side waist, breathing cavity. And as you exhale, right elbow rounds in toward the left arm. Do one more like that. Lean back and open. And round forward, exhale. Nice, and then reach the right arm over to the left. We're going to sweep it over front of the room to the left. This time left arm's going to chase it, go up and over. Bend the left elbow, catch behind the head. Nice, you got it, lean back on an inhale, chest opens. And then left side will roll in, left elbow towards the right arm. So just 2 more like that. Start to feel the body open a little. Go back on the breath in. And round forward, breathe out. Last time, inhale. So really trying to create this sense of space for breathing. And round forward and exhale. Nice. Left hand reaches out to the right. Sweep it all the way around. This time both hands come behind you. Come onto the finger pads. Press down to lift up. So feel the chest broaden. And you might feel like the inner and outer shoulders go back. You might even tip the head back. The front body start to broaden and stretch. And then as you release that, we'll meet in tabletop shape. So hands and knees pose. And once you get there, so hands are under shoulders, knees are under the hips. Feel like Any movement appropriate, so customize, just use the first intuitive movement. So kind of roll through the hips a few times, or come forward, get into the spine a little. Just whatever, think like a cat waking up in the morning, bend and stretch. And then as you start to slow down, come into stillness, center, press into the hands. We'll take a cow pose, so stretch the chest, go forward and up. And into the cat pose, press the ground away, dome through the back, feel the belly lift. Let's add on a little cow pose. So tuck the toes this time, stretch the toes as you send the chest forward and out. And then tops of the feet, cat pose, press into the shins and the hands, lift the belly. So 2 more like that, balls of the feet, cow pose, inhale. The shins, the hands pressing down and lift up through the belly, exhale. Last one, we'll change it up. Cow pose, balls of the feet, breathe in. And we'll go to down dog, press the ground, send the hips go back, back, back as you breathe out. And once you get that kind of mobile movement, so fluidity, you roll through the hips a few times, kind of wobble. You might pedal the heels and just feel into the, the back of the legs. You might feel the upper calves. If you bend one knee deeply and pull the opposite heel back, kind of feel, the back of one leg and then the opposite. You might even try and anchor the heel down of the bent knee and feel the calf, lower calf Achilles. So just kind of walk out through the calf muscles, maybe a little through the hamstrings. Keep pressing the ground forward as you send the hips back. Nice. And then just as you gaze outside of the right hand, let's go ahead and step the right foot there. So your right foot steps wide. And then a little hip flossing, so go forward and back a few times, kind of swim around a little in the hips. Feel like you could even peel to the outer blade of the foot. Feel like the hip starts to open, and again, kind of feel like there's this fluid movement through the hip joint. Definitely one of the joints that loves to move in all directions. Nice, and then as you're ready, you look outside of the left hand. We're going to step the left foot outside of the left hand. We're in this wide squat pose. Not here for too long. If it's too much, stay really high onto the fingertips. If you can, come down and bring the hands to the heart, sit low. Kind of wobble one side, the other side. So early, really getting into the hips. Use the outer arms to press into the inner thighs and feel like you could use that leverage to open. Nice, and then we'll meet up with those who stayed. So we'll bring our fingertips to the ground, straighten the legs, shimmy feet to hip distance. And so 2 times, slide the hands up the shins, take a halfway lift, chest forward, shoulders back. And then bow forward and breathe out. 1 more like that, halfway lift. Think like a little back bend as you breathe in. And then bow forward and breathe out. Press through the feet, keep the knees relaxed as you come up to stand. Slow and gentle. Reach the arms to the sky, breathe in. And then take the hands behind the back and breathe out. Nice, interlace the fingers, lift up the chest, so feel the chest puff up, breathe in. Keep the bind, we'll bow forward, bend the knees as you breathe out. So keep the bind of the shoulders here, just bend the left knee deeply, gaze over the right shoulder. Notice how the right shoulder gently starts to open, and great for running, create this sense of space through the chest. And then just slowly, we'll come back through center, bend the right knee deeply and gaze left. Feel the left shoulder open. Let's take 1 more breath in and breathe out. Come back through center, release the hands, take a halfway lift. So chest forward, fingers to the ground. And step the left foot back, step the right foot back into down dog. Nice. From down dog, lift up onto the balls of the feet, so come high on the breath. And then bend the knees, get really low, hips to heels, feel the belly kiss the thighs. Nice, lengthen the legs again, it's a breath in. And then soften the heels down and breathe out. So just 1 more like that, lift up high to breathe in. Bend the knees, go deep on the breath out. Nice, lengthen the legs and breathe in. Soften the heels down and exhale. Look outside of the left hand, step the left foot there. Nice, and then there's movement again through the left hip. So again, forward and back. You could go to the outer blades of the feet. Anything here. It's kind of intuitive. This one will feel different every day, so just keep getting into the feeling here of the hips. And then as you're ready, no rush, take your time. You look outside of the right hand, right foot steps there. Nice. Again, feel free to stay on the fingertips and just kind of wobble a little. If you can, bring the hands to the heart, we'll sit. This one's called a sitting solution, so we're going to add on a little. Left hand will grab the right shin. Press the outer left arm into the inner left thigh, and then reach the right arm to the sky. Take an inhale, like you're trying to spin around yourself. And then as you interchange, exhale. So right hand comes down, grab the left shin. Use the breath in to reach up, press the outer arm into the inner thigh. And then again, interchange on exhale. So we'll do one more each side. Breathe in to spin. Breathe out to change. Last one, breathe in. So middle to upper spine, thoracic spine twist. And then come back to center and breathe out. Hands to the ground, straighten the legs, shimmy feet, hip distance. Halfway lift, breathe in. And bow forward just one time, breathe out. Press down through the feet, knees are soft, come up to stand. So reach up and stretch. Keep the arms really long at the top. Right hand will catch the left wrist. Take a breath in to lengthen. And then we'll side bend to the right side, and open the left side. So stay here or step onto the ball of the left foot, go wide, like you're a high jumper going over a high jump bar. Feel length through the left side. Let's take a deep breath in and a full breath out. Back through center, step through center, reach through center. Inhale, left hand catches the right wrist and side bend. Feel the right side open. Option to stay here or step, come onto the ball of the right foot, like a kickstand, press down to lift up. Feel like you're thinking length and space rather than crunching the left side, lift up out of both sides. Let's take one more inhale and one more exhale. Nice, back through center, reach and step. Inhale, bend the knees, bow forward and exhale. So to get a halfway lift to breathe in, step the left foot back, step the right foot back, downward facing dog to breathe up. Nice, lift up high onto the balls of the feet, breathe in. Bend the knees, crouch really low on the breath out. We're going to add on a little. Look forward, plank pose. We'll climb out to start of a push-up, breathe in. And then press back, downward facing dog. Pull the hips back and the navel to the spine. Just one more like that. Lift up high, breathe in. Bend the knees, crouch, breathe out. Here's a change. Look forward, plank pose, start of a push-up, breathe in. And then we'll lower to the belly. Use the knees as an option as you breathe out. Nice. Once you come onto the belly, take the fingers wide, tent the fingers, point the elbows up. This one's called striking cobra. Press into the tops of the feet. As you press down, lift up through the spine. So feel the sense of length and buoyancy. Inhale. And then slowly come down and exhale. So we'll get moving into the front body. Two more like that. Press down to lift up. Breathe in. And then roll it lightly down to breathe out. Last one. Here's a little change at the top. Press to lift. Inhale. And then drop the left shoulder, left ear. Gaze over the right shoulder on the exhale. Feel the inner left arm. Nice. Come back up through center on the inhale. Chest opens. And then we'll go right side. Right ear, right shoulder. Gaze left. Nice. Back through center. Feel that sense of lift and length. Inhale. And then this time back onto the belly as you breathe out. Hands beside the lower ribs. Tuck the toes. Option through knees or toes. Plank to down dog. Pull the hips back. Nice. Last little flow. Right heel to the sky. It's a three-legged dog. Bend the knee at the top. Open the hip. And feel free to move the hip a few times so you could create a big circle. Feel that fluidity. You might feel the hips start to open more and more as you progress. We'll take one more full breath in. This time step the right foot between the hands on the breath out. Nice. Lower the left knee to the earth. Reach the arms to the sky. Anjaneyasana. So once you come into this shape, just notice the stability comes from vacuuming the legs towards themselves. So back knee hugs to the front heel hugs to the back knee. And use the buoyancy here, hug together to lift up out of the hips. Nice, and then go ahead, catch a prayer above the head, slide the prayer down the back of the head, like you go into the space between the shoulder blades. And then keep pressing the back of the head into the arm bones and feel like you could lift up through the chest. Nice, take one more inhale. Stay or lunge a little on the exhale. Interlace the fingers, press the palms to the sky, take a breath in, get long, and then hands behind you, take a big circle on the exhale. Hands to frame the front foot, pick up the back knee and the chest, breathe in. And then really lightly we'll straighten the right leg and bow forward, breathe out. And so just 2 more like that. Lengthen forward to breathe in. Lightly bow forward, pull the outer right hip, go back in space. Last one, together. Rebend and lift, inhale. And then lightly pull the outer right hip back. We'll stay here 3 breaths. So as you press into the right foot, keep drawing the outer right hip back. And almost like in a forward fold, keep looking for a little back bend in the spine. So lift up and lengthen. Take 1 more breath in. And 1 more breath out. Nice, and then as you rebend the right knee, we'll place the left knee onto the ground and find an easy twist. So right hand goes to the sky. Left knee on the ground is going to help with stability. And feel like you could spin around yourself here. Now there's an option if you want to go for it, lift the back knee and float the inner left thigh more. So lift up through the inner left thigh. And use this as an option to twist more. Nice, and then here's a little change. If the back knee's down, you might choose to pick it up at this point. Come up onto the fingertips of the left hand. Take a deep inhale. We're going to go to Cleopatra pose, so peel to the outer blades of both feet. This one's a little tricky. Flex the toes towards the shins. Reach the right hand back. You should feel the hips open a little here. So let's take a full breath in here. And a full breath out here. Nice. Sweep the right hand forward. Take an inhale. Frame the foot. Plant the hands. We'll step back to down dog. And exhale. Well done, guys. Nice. Lift up onto the balls of the feet. Take a breath in. Crouch. Bend the knees. Hips to heels. Belly to thighs. Look forward, plank pose on the inhale. Option with the knees lower to the belly and exhale. Once you come onto the belly, this time we'll interlace the hands behind the back. Press down through the tops of the feet. And could you press down through the little toe just as much as the big toe? And as you press down slowly, this one's called Shalabhasana or locust pose. Lift up through the chest, feel the hands go back and the chest go forward. And then slowly lower it back down. So we're strengthening the back body a little here, at the same time opening the front. 2 more like that. Press to lift, breathe in. And then slowly lower down and breathe out. Last one, we'll stay lifted. Press to lift, breathe in. And then hands release to the sides of the ribs as you breathe out. Press into the hands, lift up. Cobra or upward facing dog. Thighs lift, shoulders go back. Downward facing dog as you send the hips back in space. Nice. Left heel to the sky. Breathe in. Almost there. Bend the knee. Open the hip. Option to take a few circles through the hip. Can you feel that movement? Open. We'll take 1 more breath in. You place the left foot between the hands lightly. Nice. Right knee down. Anjaneyasana. Arms reach up to the sky. As you come into the Anjaneyasana pose, see if you can catch that prayer again. So slide the prayer down the back of the head. Press the back of the head into the arm bones and lift up through the chest. And then that leg suction again, so that vacuum towards the midline. Nice. Take a deep inhale. Stay or lunge a little to exhale. Interlace the fingers, press the palms to the ceiling and breathe in. And then paint a big circle again behind the body, open the chest. Hands to frame the front foot. Let's lift the back knee and chest to inhale. Like the pyramid pose, pull the outer left hip back and stretch. So just 2 more like that. Rebend the front knee, breathe in. And then bow forward and fold, breathe out. Last time together. In. And bow forward, pull the outer hip back. We'll stay here 3 breaths. Nice opportunity just to work on slowing the breath, especially if something feels quite challenging. Could you settle here? Take 1 more in and 1 more out. Rebend the left knee, plant the right knee. Easy twist. Left hand goes to the sky. Feel like you could spin open. Option to stay here or tuck the back toes. Lift the back knee. And rather than collapse into the right hip, see if you can strengthen the back leg so you're twisting. We'll take 1 more breath in and 1 more breath out. And then come up onto the right fingers, lift the back knee if you haven't already, Cleopatra to the left. So outer blades of the feet, toes awake. Flex the toes towards the shins as you reach back. Just take a full breath in and a full breath out. Left hand's going to swim forward to frame the foot, inhale. Plant the hands, final time we'll go to down dog and exhale. Nice, pedal out the heels a little, press through the hands. And then really slowly and gently, we're going to take the knees down onto the ground. Nice, press down and slowly lift the torso. Take the hands behind you, press into the fingertips, lift up through the chest. An option to float the hips forward and up, like a little modified, what's called camel pose, lift the chest forward. You could drop the gaze back. And then really slowly lower the pelvis down. Take a lean to either side, sweep the legs forward. Nice, so last little shape, walk the fleshy bits back from the sit bones. So you want the pelvis to tip forward, reach the arms to the sky, inhale, and then bow forward and exhale. If you feel a little locked up in the back here, just bend the knees so the belly can kiss the thighs and fall. And then really slowly, gently, just going to lay down onto the back. Feet go wide, hands widen. Take a moment here just to rest. So you come down onto your spine. We'll finish practice and you could rest here as long as feels appropriate. Thanks for practicing, and if you're about to head out for a run, enjoy that, or getting on with the rest of the day, enjoy that too. Thanks for practicing. See you next time.